Over the last 200 years, Dupont has invented breakthrough technologies like Kevlar and Teflon, and its chairman and CEO, Ellen Kullman, believes that the next breakthrough in Indian agriculture could well come from her labs, including the one set up 4 years ago in Hyderabad. During her recent trip to India, Kullman spoke exclusively with ET Now's Sridharan Ramakrishnan, who began by asking her if she was still confident about doubling Dupont's India revenues by 2017, despite the economic slowdown.
I think we can. I think the fundamentals are there. Consumer demand's strong. You see the needs when you go into the agricultural districts to bring science to bear. You think about the dairy industry. We're working with farmers with not only seeds and crop protection chemical, but also silage and inoculants to create great nutrition for the cows so that milk production is increased. We work with dairy companies with cultures and enzymes to really help either from a nutrition standpoint or from a shelf life standpoint. And so we see great opportunity. And I think that comes down to a growing middle class, consumer confidence, and I think that it just is going to create a lot of opportunity for us to deliver that science locally.
But if you talk to some companies, for example, GE, and you worked with GE before in your career, they would tell you that India as a consumer market has often flattered to deceive. Maybe the market isn't as deep as a lot of people expect it to be. So in your case, obviously the opportunities, the areas where you're working, the opportunities are huge. So which is that one specific area you think which excites Dupont the most in India?
Well, I think it's hard to limit it to one. I think we use the agriculture examples a lot, but with the acquisition of Danisco, it's opened up a whole new set of opportunities for us in the food industry. I think if you look at the advanced materials area, we put a ballistics laboratory into our knowledge center in Hyderabad, and we're working locally around opportunities. And so, I think that from a newness standpoint, I think it would be in the food area. It's an area that's newer for us. It's relationships with companies where we haven't been relevant because we haven't had enough of a science base to really help them, and now we do. And so that's a whole new world that we're really investing in. And, with the changes in India, I think that there's going to be a lot of opportunity there.
Right. So, Ellen, as I understand, the Knowledge Center in Hyderabad is the largest outside of the U.S., which does work on all three areas, which is the food, energy, and security. So what prompted you to set up the largest research center outside of the U.S. in India? Was it the size of the market or the availability of talent?
It's yes, so it's both. First we need talent. We need well-educated people, deep in their fields, PhDs, masters, engineers, and we found a great opportunity there in India. And then there is the market here, and we can utilize our relationships with local companies to really advance the science as well. So we opened the lab in 2008, and we're already doubling its size because of the wonderful research and the programs we have here. And, I tell you, every time I go there, I learn something new about what we've done. And I think it's a great example of really localizing that science on the one hand, and then using it as a global research center, for instance, in rice hybridization. And so I think that it serves the world as well as serves India.
So, Ellen, how much investment has DuPont made in India, and what's your target over the next 5 years? How much will you need to invest to double your revenues?
Well, it comes down to investment in people and investment in research and development. So we are actively expanding our development laboratory in Hyderabad, doubling its size, creating more capability not only in advanced materials, but in production agriculture and industrial biosciences. And I think that's the key part. That and our innovation center in Pune, which really locally connects our science to customers. We have to increase the capability there to increase our engagement locally with companies, and that creates individual projects, product introductions, and hence growth. And I think that what comes first is the research and development and application development, and then the revenues come and we continue to build out our footprint here. But we lead with science because we think the localization of that is critical then to our growth.